Shesha Shunyavadi Paschatyadesh Tarni. So you're sitting on the cord. Divine intervention. Welcome everybody to our Sunday Satsang, our second of the year. And it's a very joyous time. And I suppose you're all wondering, what is the special, super secret announcement? Come here. Guess who's here, everybody? It's Florian. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah, move the camera a little bit.
Connor says, hi.
Connor.
Hare Krishna.
So you all know Florian from the forum, and he's a very astute student of the Esoteric Teaching. And he's come here all the way from Germany to be with us, to help us establish our preaching center. Yeah, thank you very much for coming.
Where did he get that outfit?
That outfit?
Well, I got it when I was here.
We're giving Florian all the mercy that we can because he's sacrificed everything, gave up his college degree and everything to come here and serve Krishna in our association. So we welcome him very warmly and thank you for coming.
Jai.
Yeah. So this esoteric teaching of the Vedas is so nice because it gives us a platform where we can actually understand life. And there's no other knowledge like this in the whole world. It gives us a way to remove our consciousness from contact with material energy. And that's the cause of all our suffering. When our consciousness is attached to material objects through the senses, then we suffer because these objects are fundamentally different quality than our self. Our self is spirit soul, eternal, fundamental, all-pervading, ever the same, indestructible, of the same quality as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but just a very small quantity. So when our spirit soul is in touch with material objects, we suffer because these objects are temporary, they're imperfect, they're always changing, like the body is always changing from baby to youth to boyhood to adolescence to maturity to old age and finally to death. So because of these changes of the body, every time we try to get enjoyment from this body, actually we suffer. The so-called bodily enjoyment simply sets us up for a big fall. If we become attached to this body and the so-called pleasures of the body, then when the body is taken away at death, we suffer tremendously. So the best course, or the best way to live our life, is to not be attached to these bodily pleasures, so-called pleasures. Actually, they're just suffering. And to cultivate a sense of spiritual pleasure by relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Oh, the mic was moving? Yeah. So this is called devotional service. How's that? Devotional service is the actual yoga process because it's eternal. The difference between matter and spirit is that matter is temporary and changing, and spirit is eternal and always the same. So the yogis, the so-called yogis, they're doing some sadhana or some process of yoga, but then when they attain their goal, they give up their sadhana. Isn't it? Maybe they're, standing on their head for 3 hours a day, or I don't know what they do. But anyway, when they finally merge into the oneness of it all, then they give up their process of yoga. But devotional service isn't like that. Now we're chanting the holy name, dancing in ecstasy, relishing Krishna Prasadam, and so on. And when we go to the spiritual world, we're still going to be doing these same things, chanting the holy name, dancing in ecstasy, relishing Prasadam, and enjoying a beautiful relationship with Krishna. That's our goal. And that process, we can perform that process right now, right in our present situation, by simply adding the process of chanting, hearing, offering prasadam, and other devotional service activities to our present activities. We can perform this eternal process of devotional service right now in the present body. And that process will never end. It only gets better and better and better and better. So that's our path of devotional service, and we want to offer that to you. We want you to take this process and make it your own. Personalize it. Because your unique relationship with Krishna is different from everybody else's relationship with Krishna. It can't be learned from a book. It has to be learned by actual practical devotional service. And then Krishna reveals these things to us from within our hearts. Krishna is there in the heart as super soul. He's within us and without us also. He's the other, but he's also the self. It's hard to understand this philosophy in the beginning because it doesn't follow material logic, it follows spiritual logic. So this spiritual logic says that Krishna is one with and different from everything at the same time. It's hard to understand. Actually, it's inconceivable. That's why it's called Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Achintya means inconceivable, beyond the power of the human mind to understand. And Bhed Abhed means the same and different. Tattva means truth or philosophical platform. So when we come to this Vedic philosophical platform, we can actually see directly how Krishna is one with and different from everything at the same time. How he is an eternal individual, just like we are, except he's unlimited and we're limited. That's the main difference between us. Krishna also has very special qualities which no other living being possesses. For example, he's the supreme controller. He's the original source of everything. Therefore, he's the owner of everything and the controller of everything. Therefore, everything is to be engaged in his service. That's our philosophy. That's our path. And when we do this, we find that we get transcendental mellows, or rasa. We get spiritual enjoyment at every moment, ever-increasing pleasure. If we take this devotional service as an ordinary religion, to be some ritual that we perform because it's in some book somewhere and somebody said that we had to do it, and like that. If we take it like that, after a while it becomes dry and mechanical, tasteless. But when we perform devotional service because we love Krishna, then we find an ever-increasing taste of devotional service just makes us want to engage more and more in it. Naturally. We don't have to follow a whole book full of rules. We just follow our natural love for Krishna, which is uncovered by this process of devotional service, cleansing the heart. Cheto darpana marjanam bhava mahadav agni nirvapanam. That when we chant the holy name of Krishna, this cleanses the mirror of the mind, and we can actually see Krishna. That is the end phenomenon. That is the actual symptom of devotional service when it is practiced actually, not just externally. In Vaidhi Bhakti, we practice devotional service externally. Get up at this time and go do this ritual, then say this mantra so many times and do this and do that. That's the beginning of devotional service. But the actual goal of devotional service is to uncover our latent, natural, original love of Krishna, our original relationship with Krishna. And when we do this, we find that we get tremendous rasa, we get tremendous enthusiasm for life, we get tremendous joy, because Krishna is with us every moment. Is there any friend that we've had or any relative that we've had with us every moment? Who loves us unconditionally and unlimitedly every moment of our lives? No. It's not possible in the material world. But Krishna is within our heart, and He's actually operating this body, this mind. He says, I'm giving knowledge and forgetfulness, remembrance and intelligence to all the living beings. I'm maintaining and satisfying their desires at every moment. So when we realize this, and we stop taking credit for everything, then we become free from karma, because everything we do is of Krishna, for Krishna, by Krishna, with Krishna. And it's done in love. So when we live in that ocean of love, that ocean of rasa, the nectar of devotion, bhakti rasamrita sindhu, that beautiful ocean of